Welcome back to Sports Podcast Nebraska on this Sunday. A little things to go over here. I'm going to start off with all the Bulls, recap all of them, just for everything. Boise State beat Oregon, Troy beat North Texas, Georgia State beat Western Kentucky, Marshall beat Colorado State, Middle Tennessee beat Arkansas State, Florida Atlantic beat Arkansas. Louisiana Tech beat SMU. Temple beat Florida International. Ohio beat UAB. Wyoming beat Central Michigan. South Florida beat Texas Tech. Army beat San Diego State. Appalachian State destroyed Toledo. Fresno State beat Houston. Utah beat West Virginia. Duke beat Northern Illinois. Kansas State beat UCLA. Texas beat Missouri. Florida State beat Southern Mississippi. Iowa beat Boston College. Purdue beat Arizona. TCU beat Stanford. Michigan State beat Washington State. Oklahoma State beat Virginia Tech. They're like, well, all the Big Ten teams are winning. Yeah, they were undefeated at this point. Navy beat Virginia. Ohio State beat USC, still undefeated. Northwestern beat Kentucky, still undefeated. NC State beat Arizona State. Wake Forest beats Texas A&M. New Mexico State beats Utah State. Wisconsin beats Miami, they're still undefeated. Penn State beats Washington, they were still undefeated. Iowa State beats Memphis. Mississippi State beats Louisville. And our first college football playoff games. Here they are. Alabama beat Clemson 24-6 in the Sugar Bowl. They started off pretty strong, 10-0 in the first. Allowed Clemson to score a field goal in the second, 10-3 going into halftime. Third quarter, Alabama blows back up again, 24-3. Then Clemson scores a field goal, 24-6. That would end up being the final score as they'll advance to the championship game tomorrow night. Georgia beat Oklahoma 54-48 in double overtime. Now that was really awesome. You can see there's a lot of scoring there. 14-7, 17-31. Yeah, 17-31. But then the only zero you see on the page is whenever Georgia gets back at Oklahoma, shutting them out in the third quarter, making that game 31-31 going into the fourth quarter. And then they each score 2 touchdowns there, both make the extra points. Now that was pretty incredible, but Georgia would just have the better second overtime and beat them. And UCF beats Auburn, only undefeated team this year in the FBS. So now you look at this, and did the playoff committee just completely miss UCF? Should Alabama not even been in it, and should have it been UCF instead? Maybe. But this is what I think they should expand to an 18 playoff. Because all undefeated should get it. Period. Because who cares where they come from? You gotta give them a chance to play with the big guys. They did play in the Peach Bowl and New Year's Six Bowl against a tough team. But does that really prove that they are tough this year? We'll never know. Notre Dame beat LSU 21-17. South Carolina beat Michigan. That would be the only time that the Big Ten would lose a bowl game. Now that's pretty good. I mean, who else can do that? That's pretty good. I mean, who else sees that? Coming out. So, here's a championship game. here. So 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time. You got the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Two SEC teams. You could basically say that this was this could have been the SEC championship game very well. It very well could have been, but Alabama lost that game to Auburn. So who does the matchup predictor believe it'll be? They say Alabama has it. Well, who has the line? The spread is 3.5 points towards Alabama. You got Jalen Hurts taking on Jacob Fromm. I believe it's Jacob. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But that they have both been doing really good this year. I see no reason why I should diss any of those people. Darren Harris and Nick Chubb, they've both had a lot of carries and touchdowns. Receiving wise, yeah, Alabama has his favorite receiver. Hurts has his favorite receiver. And obviously Fromm has his. So the team stats per game, points per game, that is just barely edged out by Alabama. Points allowed per game goes to Alabama. They are both top 10 defenses. And I'm guessing both top 10 scoring teams. Alabama has the total yards. Passing, but rushing, that's Georgia's specialty. They love to run. The yards allowed, that goes to Alabama. Georgia may allow less passing yards, but Alabama allows less rushing yards. So it'll be 42 and rainy. Good thing they're in indoor stadium. So let's compare these last 5. Alright, so Georgia has played Alabama twice in their last 5 games. What's in common? They both have lost at Auburn this year. But Auburn beat Auburn. Georgia beat Auburn, and there they weren't at Auburn. In the SEC championship game in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They're playing at Mercedes-Benz Stadium again, yes. So, otherwise they don't have much in common. And so, for that reason, I always love the underdogs. So, don't get me wrong, I do like the Crimson Tide. But they're kind of like the Yankees in baseball and the Patriots in NFL. They're so good, but everybody doesn't like them because they're always doing so well. Yeah. What would this be if there wasn't a world of hate? A world of hate. There's no way to get around that. Teams are good. They just will be. So, with that just about wraps up this episode. But, one last thing to do. We got to check out the FCS. Their championship was not too long ago, I believe. Here, the semifinals and Celebration Bowl. And the championship game, the Bison beat James Madison 17-13 despite a late comeback by James Madison. Bison win the championship game. Last year's James Madison. This year it's the Bison again. I am happy I like both of those teams. But they're both really good. And that is James Madison's first loss of the season. Congrats to you guys. But till then, you'll see who I pick. I got another Lee Corso video to show you. But till next time, till on my next video, see you guys. Have a great Sunday.